Hey, whoa, got my glasses on and everything. I finally started Zack Attack News Live. It's a Tuesday. And yeah, sorry about being late. Usually start at 7 p.m., but I had some personal issues going on. So I had to start late and then I had to continue going on. So I had to start later again. How's everyone doing that's already in the live chat? Appreciate you guys, you beautiful people being here. Dave Show Gaming. Obviously, this is Dave's show and this is his video game channel. So port things over this weekend. Yeah, I saw that you posted a review. I definitely want to check that out because I saw your thumbnail and I was like, oh boy, looks like he's not a fan of it like I am. This is my gaming channel. I don't know. It's not switching to my main channel. That happens to me sometimes when I switch to like my regular channel. The main channel is 10 subs away from hitting my first huge milestone, 500 subs. Hold up, 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 hold up. Let me do it properly. Dave Show. Yeah, I mean? Yeah, I mean? My guy. Oh, this is on loop. This is definitely on loop. Okay. My guy almost had 500 subs. Yeah. Collected Movie Man. Hey, Zach, I've been watching Naruto for the last few weeks. I am on season 5 right now. What a great show. I'm glad that you're going to be able to just binge into it and watch everything and don't have to wait like we did all those years ago. I love Naruto. Obi throwing on Lions. Hi, Zach. Hope you're doing well and your week has been amazing. I really appreciate that a lot. It's been a rough week, but I'm glad to be here with you guys right now and talk about some movie news. I'm super excited. And I have some good news. I'm going to getting a credit card. Nice 500 limit for the first time. I'm only going to spend 50 to pay it off. And when I get the $50 paid off, I'll spend 150. Smart man. Don't be like me when I was young and messing it up. You know what? Let's give you a little round of applause for getting that credit card. I love seeing people grow and doing their thing. Appreciate you. Hey, Ken Sparks, we in this, John, my guy, my Philly homeboy. In the building. Appreciate you guys as usual. Like I've said before, if you want to email me any news stories and send everything in a general direction, zackattacknewslive@gmail. You can definitely do that so I can get sources from everywhere. If you just want to DM me on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Twitter /X, you can do that as well. But that is a central place where I'm taking stuff. If you got any scoops, send them there too. But we're going to start with one of my favorite things that we do here, and we call it Attack of the Box Office. Super excited to get into the box office details with you guys. It's not going to be a long discussion about this because a lot of the movies that are here this weekend are some of the similar movies that was here the weekends prior. So I'm super excited to just get right into it and dive deep, tell you the narratives that are going on. And we're going to start with Box Office Mojo like I usually do and talk about some of the things that were happening this weekend. The new releases. January, February look like they're going to be very, very slow months. January especially. I didn't get to look at 2 of the 3 big releases, which was I saw Mean Girls. My reviews on the channel. I haven't got to see Beekeeper. I haven't got to see ISS, and there was one other film. The Book of Clarence. I haven't gotten to see those yet, and I haven't got to see Origin, which I heard was really, really great. Hopefully I get to see them. I've been super behind on my films. I've seen some streaming stuff. So I've seen 5 movies from this year so far. One of them is technically a 2023 movie, but it came on Netflix in 2024 officially worldwide. So I'm going to count it as a 2024 film. That's Society of Snow, which actually has an Oscar nomination, which we're going to talk about soon. But Mean Girls, last week I put a poll and I said, is Mean Girls going to drop over 40% or under 40%? Majority of you guys said over 40%, and you guys were correct. It drops 59%. So it wasn't a big hold for it, but the movie has grossed 50 million domestic, which is really big because the budget was like, I think 32. So it's making money. It's making money back for the studio. It's not a runaway hit, but it's a big enough hit where this was a success. And I think that there are certain people that can go, hey, I was in this Mean Girls movie and can get stuff off of it. I think Renee Rapp is definitely on the rise from that. She already has a successful music career. And I think that she will get more acting parts. She also starred in the Broadway musical for Mean Girls that this was inspired from. So she's just doing double duty here. I think Andrea Rice may get some stuff off of this. I think she's been slowly building up her resume with streaming films. Obviously, she was on Spider-Man, the Spider-Man trilogy. She's been in smaller roles as the movies have progressed. But she was really good in this movie. I really, really enjoyed her in the film. And I think that Avantika, I think that's how you say her name. I'm not sure how to say her last name. She played the dunce in this role. She seems like she's catching on social media, and a lot of people are enjoying her as well. And yeah, I think that the cast was pretty good. I think those three are the main ones that probably can get something out of this. Is the people I see like attached onto, and I'm excited to see what Tina Fey does next because she's a good writer. She's definitely a good writer. I think the directors did a really good job directing this film, and I hope that they get something else too. I'm on a lookout for what they direct next. And look, it looks like the whole, people have been complaining about don't hide musicals inside of the trailers, show us the musical, but it looks like it's working. It looks like you should hide the music in the musicals because people are going and it's making some money. Wonka, this, I think there's one other film I'm missing right now. Obviously, Color Purple didn't do that great, but Mean Girls and Wonka did really great. Beekeeper dropped 48%. This is its, let's see, second week. It came out the same weekend as Mean Girls. Made another 8 million, 31 million total. Wasn't a big uh budget for this film, so it's doing well. David Ayer should be happy. He will be able to get action films. We may even get a sequel to this film. And I know that a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I see some people in the chat saying that Beekeeper is fun. I've seen a lot of reviews that say Beekeeper is fun. I see some people that hate it. So it just depends on what kind of film you like. I feel like if you're more in the lane of like a Fast and Furious, you and other Jason Statham films, because this is more in line with Crank and things like that, from what I hear, because I haven't got to check it out yet, you will like this film. If you're not in for these high octane action filled films that the plot doesn't make a lot of sense, but you're not there for that, then you're not gonna enjoy it. But it's doing well, and Jason Statham is just a box office draw. I'm not really hearing about anybody else from the film getting any like big buzz from like, oh yeah, this actor was really good in it. It's mostly just Jason Statham and how fun the film is. Wonka is sitting at number 3. I'm so happy for this film. It's at $187 million domestic, and I'm hopefully it can reach to 200 million domestically. I don't know because it looks like it only dropped 20%, but it also dropped 210 theaters. So it looks like they're slowly going to start pulling out in theaters. It's soon going to be on streaming to rent soon. So this run is slowly coming to an end. But 6 weeks, $187 million for a film that, had a lot of doubters. I think this is really good. And it also shows that Timothy Chalamet is somewhat a box office draw when you put him in the correct role. And I'm excited to see how this momentum from Wonka and people being so enamored with Timothy Chalamet, because a lot of people talk about how he's some of the best parts, rolls into Dune. Because that's his big blockbuster. The first Dune was untested because it came out during the pandemic, and the numbers there are skewed. We don't know, and it also with this same day release on HBO Max and all that good stuff. We'll see how the Dune fandom moves over to the theatrical, and it can bring other people. The trailers have been really stellar, and I heard that we're getting a new trailer tomorrow, hopefully in the morning, so I can react to it. But yeah, I'm excited for this film. Hopefully we get a sequel. I think it did really, really well, and I think a sequel can do really, really well. The director, Paul King, he did the first Paddington. People love that film, but they said that Paddington 2 was like a much big step up. So I feel like that's what's going to happen with Wonka, where Wonka's great, and then Wonka 2 could be even better and just be a big step up. Migration, holding really well. It's at number 4. It moved up from number 5 to up to number 4, so it's progressing up. It's at 94 million on a $77 million budget. Not a runaway, but doing really well. It's making back some money, I guess, and people are liking this film. And I think that the pre-sales for this for iTunes and things like that is high. So people are going to be watching this on streaming, going to be renting it, buying it when it's available, and then later on it'll go to streaming, because that's been Universal's strategy. Put things in theaters and then push it so you can rent it and then buy it, and then eventually on streaming where hopefully, you know, people go watch it and bring some subs to Peacock. Anyone But You, big success, dropped 24% this weekend. $64 million in total domestic. Worldwide is even higher. This is really big. This is the highest grossing R-rated film in the last couple years. And this is big for Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. And we're going to be talking about Glenn Powell a little later in terms of two other films. One I'm going to react to, and one he talked about that he should be in. But this is really big for rom coms. It's really big for R-rated films, and it's really big for those two actors. I hope that we get more R-rated rom coms. I think the R-rated comedy is slowly coming back. Last year we got so many good ones with No Hard Feelings, Joyride, Bottoms, Strays. I think Poor Things counts as that as well. Dream Scenario. Those two films are more like, drama heavy, but they're still comedies. And there's a few other films that were R-rated and comedies that were really, really good last year that have been building up the cachet and bringing people back to the box office. I wish Joyride did better than it did, but this is a good sign. I think there's some momentum here, and people should start investing in R-rated comedies again to put in theaters, not just on streaming. Aquaman and Lost Kingdom is the most successful MCU DCEU film since the last Aquaman. Currently $114 million domestic, and it has another, I think, 100 million worldwide. So this movie's doing well considering the lack of hype, and I think that this is just a testament to Jason Momoa's star power, James Wan's name, and the fact that the Aquaman brand was strong and people from the first film came over. You can see there's a huge drop off. It's not making $1 billion, but it's doing well compared to what people thought it was going to be. The people thought it was going to be a disaster like the Marvels, and it's doing better than some MCU movies. So Aquaman and Lost Kingdom doing really well, and this I think hit streaming this week. You can rent it. The new film of the week coming at number 7 is ISS, only making $3 million. I'm not sure the budget for this film. Let me check that real quick. It was no, that's not what I want. They're telling me what the actual station is. I want the movie. So the movie budget was 13 million, not super high, but I'm pretty sure they wish this was a higher, maybe a 10, a 1 in front of the 3. Because this is probably going to drop off heavy. It has a chance to grow because there's not really anything. There's literally, when I do the what's coming next section of this, there's not really anything coming out this week. So all these films are going to make a little bit more money for people who want to go to the theater. People who haven't seen Anyone But You, people who haven't seen Mean Girls, Beekeeper, ISS, Night Swim, Boys in a Boat. All these films that have okay box office will bring some of this thing. Even Poor Things is finally wide. Is at 1,400 theaters. Finally wide. Made 20 million. Not as good as I thought it was going to be, but I understand. American Fiction might pick up some people. It's still not wide yet, but it's growing theaters as we go. Iron Claw is starting to wind down, as you can see. They're dropping theaters. And The Book of Clarence, which is a film I really want to see, it's not doing too great. Dropped 56%, unfortunately, and dropped all the way out of the top 10. And Origin, which is very, very limited, made $826 million, which is not amazing, but not bad for the theater per average. So the rest of the films is films that we know: Color Purple, Bombing, Godzilla Minus One, Hunger Games, All of Us Strangers, which is, we're gonna talk about that later as like maybe an Oscar snub. Zone of Interest, finally kind of going. It's not even wide. 82 theaters. For a film that has so many Oscar nominations, which we're gonna talk about soon, it's hard to go find this movie, which makes no sense to me. But the rest of the films are films that we've seen before. Spider-Verse went back in, didn't really make that much money as I expected, but 2024 re-released. So that is mainly what I'm going to talk about for the box office. We're going to move into streaming soon, but let me see what you guys have to say in the chat. And let me know, guys, if you want a poll. I love doing polls now. Yes, so I'm going to be talking about that news in rapid fire news. That's huge. I sent you a bunch of stuff mad late. My apology. I got distracted. No worries, bro. No worries. No worries. The stream is way later than usual. Hey, Dello Movies, beloved channel member. Thank you for being in the stream. What's up to you? How are you doing, sir? I'm going to try to see Origin tomorrow or Thursday. I really want to see Buck and Clarence in Origin. I'm trying to make a more conscious effort to see black led films and black directed films. I feel like if I want these things to happen, I have to be proactive in going to watch them. So I definitely want to go support them, even though they're not doing great. I'm glad to be making content again. That snow freeze I had was horrible. Oh, I can imagine. It was so cold in New York. That was part of the reason why I didn't really want to go to the movies this weekend to go see ISS, and I had some other stuff going on. But yeah, I'm glad that it stopped because it was crazy. I still have an hour and 45 minutes in Society of Snow. I don't know why, but I've been really slow at watching movies at home. Yeah, I had the same feeling. I really like watching movies in the theaters better than watching them at home. I just think that you can get distracted really easily. People calling upon you. It's just you're just more locked in when you're at home. Uh, so I totally agree. Let's see. Dave Show says dude beekeeper is fun. That's what I'm hearing. I really enjoyed Mean Girls. That's what Ken says. Have you seen with T? Hey, beloved channel members, have you seen with T? Thank you for joining the live stream. How are you doing? And yeah, I'm shocked I haven't seen that many movies this month. I had planned on seeing Founders Day, but my Dan card got hacked. I might see Mean Girls this week. Damn. I haven't heard good things about Founders Day, but it's been mixed. I've seen Gavin Cross, who I think he recently changed his name, so I'm not sure what his YouTube name is right now. Give it a positive review. But then I saw Sully Streams trashing. It says the worst movie of the year already. So I think I'm going to wait on streaming on that one. Tomorrow I'm going to watch Naiad and also Rustin. Yeah, so those are most of the movies for the Oscar noms I've seen, but Naiad and Rustin are two films that I need to go check out. Yes, I very much enjoyed The Beekeeper. I hope they get to do a prequel or a sequel. So yeah, we got people in the chat talking about how they like Beekeeper. You know what? Poll time. Let's see. Did you like The Beekeeper? Yes. No. Trash. Haven't seen. Okay, poll in the chat, baby. I've only seen 5 movies as well. A lot of that has to do with me watching Lord of the Rings extended editions for the first time, taking a week to get through each. Yeah, so I've watched. I already watched the first one last year. Reviewed it. You can check that on my channel. I watched the second one. The review was supposed to come out a while ago. That's going to be coming, guys. But I need to take the time to actually do it. I want to make sure it's a quality review, not just rushed out. And I haven't watched the third one yet because it's 4.5 hours. And I need to dedicate a day to sit down and just watch that. Wake up early, watch it, compile my thoughts, and then do the review. I'll be getting back to the Walking Dead review series real quick. Nice. I did watch Dumb Money on Netflix. Really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Dumb Money as well. Have you seen Roleplay on Amazon Prime? Thank you for reminding me about that, Obi Thorn. I have not checked it out yet. I want to see it. I saw Self-Reliance on Hulu, which I liked. Had a lot of potential to be great, but it was just good. I want to see Roleplay, though. I also watched Old Way starring Nick Cage and Oof. Oh, yeah, that came out last year. Yeah, that looked bad. That looked like one of his bad movies. That Wonka Steelbook, I want to grab it. I already pre-ordered it once they put it up there. It looks gorgeous. I've seen a bunch of movies this month, still trying to catch up on movies getting awards. Well, yeah, I only have a few. Also, I want to say I finally got this bad boy. Since we're talking about physical media, this is Ray's. So nice. Oppenheimer Steelbook. Funny thing is, I got this bad boy, and the packaging was Italian. This is what I get for getting stuff on eBay. And I was really scared. I was like, oh my God, am I not going to be able to understand this? But luckily, when you want to go in, they tell you what language you want to do, and it's in English. But yeah, I got Oppenheimer. I still have to No Hard Feelings. No Hard Feelings is on Netflix, so you can check that out. Still need to see Anyone But You. Me too. Have you watched any shows this year? I just finished The Witches season 3 finally. It took me so long, and I watched Echo, obviously, and now I'm watching The Bear. So not a new show. I'm catching up on my old shows. I don't know when I'm watching Return of the King for that exact same reason. Yeah, it's just so long. Um, let's see what the poll is saying. And poll. So 50% of the votes was 6 votes was yes, they like Beekeeper. Some people 33% said haven't seen, and 60% said trash. And I know exactly who that was. I know exactly who said that was trash. Very funny. Definitely will check it out eventually. So this is the Nielsen chart. Nielsen's always a few weeks back. This is the week of December 18th, December 24th. These are the streaming movies that are ranking in the top 10. Leave the World Behind. Big hit for the Obamas. They produced this film, put it together. It's not like dominating the charts, but it's doing really, really, really well. Being the number one, and I think it made the overall chart. Yeah, it made the overall chart at number 4. So did Rebel Moon. So that's big for Netflix. Netflix continues to be the number one streaming platform on the planet, and we're going to be talking about why that is soon in rapid fire news. Because oh boy, that is some of this stuff is crazy in terms of some of the news with Netflix. But yeah, Leave the World Behind, Rebel Moon Part One, which is not this big hit you thought it would be based on the trailers, but based on the cut I saw, I get it. It wasn't a good film, unfortunately. It was half a film. The duo of Elf and Home Alone, 2 Christmas movies people love, are on this chart. Super Mario Brothers movie because it went to Netflix. When it was on Peacock, it didn't really get here, but Netflix brought it up. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, another Christmas movie, and then the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, joining the fray as Christmas movies people love. And The Grinch, and now Candy Cane Lane. We'll see if that's a continuous thing with that movie. I heard it was really good. I haven't checked it out, and I'm so happy with Gran Turismo because I love that movie. It's not the best movie in the world, but it's so good, and I really, really enjoyed it. I want to watch it soon. Let's see. I clicked on the wrong tab. There we go. Okay, and then for Netflix itself, this is for this week. Lift, not like huge runaway, but a big pretty one, 36 billion hours, because that's how they rate it. Lift did. Kevin Hart still amazing, amazing, amazing draw. And yeah, hour 47 minutes, easy to run through, not under 2 hours. People say it's very generic, but people love it. It's comfort food, and they watched it, and they probably will get a sequel, and Kevin Hart will continue his very lucrative deal with Netflix. Then there's some old movies here, The Legend of Tarzan. Sometimes I wonder, like, why does these movies? Is this an anniversary for this film? I don't know. Sometimes these movies are like they get up here, and I'm like, how did that happen? Um, The Kitchen, Stillwater, Equalizer 3 dropped a little bit. Forever Purge, old Queen Pins, old Super Mario Brothers, obviously, is a newer movie. Wild, and then Leo dropped down. So nothing too crazy. The movie charts are okay. But yeah, let's see. And then these are the non-English films that did well. Society Snow being number one, not a runaway hit, but still number one is number one. And then there's some films here that I've never heard of. But yeah, love that second sight. Those are the full thing of Attack of the Box Office. Wait, what is this? Oh, hold on. Before we get off Attack of the Box Office, this is something Kenny Sparks sent me. Everybody talking about the demise of Netflix. Netflix blows past Q4 subscribers target, topping 260 million subscribers. Holy moly. Netflix added a far better than expected 13 million subscribers to reach 260.3 million globally as the end of 2023. The company missed earnings per share forecast and barely edged Wall Street expectations for total revenue as it faced tricky comparisons with the year ago quarter and continued impact from recent price increase. So it didn't do as good as they wanted to do, but it did better than expected. Wall Street analysts had predicted the company would add between 8 million and 9 million subscribers. The consensus called for revenue of 8.7 billion. I don't know these numbers. The actual top and bottom line figure is 8.8, so a little bit better than they expected, but not much. Two of the company's ongoing initiatives, advertising and paid password sharing, continue to yield results in the quarter. Last November, Netflix said its $7 a month and ad tier had generated 15 million monthly active users, rising to 23 million by this month. So 7 million people, or actually 8 million people, went to the ad tier because they were like, I'm not paying these extra for the 4K and all that. I'm going to just watch with ads. Can't be me though. In this quarterly letter to shareholders, Netflix said its 12% over the year revenue growth reflects the benefit of paid sharing, our recent price changes, and the strength of our underlying business driven by strong slate, which is true. Yeah, and then it goes into like the strike and their growth, and I'm gonna go into this technical, no, go super technical and everything, but it's really really interesting. Um, Netflix continues to show that they lead the industry in everything streaming, and continue to dominate. I just closed the wrong thing. I definitely did close the wrong thing. Continue to dominate as they go on. A lot of people trying to catch up, but unfortunately, they cannot. Netflix just knows how to do streaming. Let's see what the chat has to say. I've seen a bunch of movies this month, still trying to catch up on. Oh, yeah, okay, I seen that. You awesome. How did you get the Steelbook? The Steelbook was on pre-order for Walmart. So I got it there. I've heard I heard that Echo's a good show. What do you think? I think it's a good show too. I do think it's a good show. Where can you pre-order it? DM me the link, buddy. So when I get the new card, I can do it. Got you. I'll DM you. My Oscar nomination catch-up watch list: Society of Snow, Anatomy of Fall, Zone of Interest, May December, Rustin, Naiad, Robot Dreams. I don't know where to watch Robot Dreams, but I do need to see Zone of Interest, Rustin, and Naiad. Zone of Interest is still in theaters. It's kind of wide. Rustin's on Netflix. May December, I saw Naiad is also on Netflix. Netflix is on streaming and award nominations. I think it got 18 nominations in total as a studio. I just posted my watch list because I'm about to drive up to Burger King, and I know you're about to get into Oscar noms. Gotcha. Didn't care for Candy Cane Lane. It started off pretty well, but fell apart about halfway through. Damn, that's not good. Personally, don't really care for Netflix. The only reason I have it is for the movies that are nominated for Oscars. Probably when I'm done watching Naruto, I'm probably going to cancel the service. That's fair. I love Netflix. It's my favorite service. Always has my favorite shows. Has my favorite show of all time on Netflix. So I love Netflix. Rustin and Naiad are Netflix, Ken. I watched the opening scenes of Lift. I don't know if I'm going to go back. Lift is a decent time, but forgettable. Hey, DG Family of Nerds. Beloved channel member, thank you for being here. I no longer have Netflix. That's fair. I definitely see you at some people don't want it, but obviously people love it. Am I the only one who doesn't give a damn about Netflix getting wrestling? I care. I'm a big wrestling fan. A lot of people care. It's a big deal. It's not about wrestling. It's about the changing of changing a shift into how we watch things and how it's affecting cable. Cable has certain things that it had over streaming, which was sports. And now we're seeing that being a shift where sports is going to start live streaming on streaming. And we're going to get into that talk. Hey, everybody saying what's up to each other. Now that Netflix is moving into live content, I think they're really going to leave the rest behind. Yeah. Well, Amazon Prime has live content. Peacock has live content. Paramount. All these other streaming services have live content. But I get what you're saying. I think that the way they do it is going to push everybody behind. I quit Netflix because of cost and couldn't split the cost with family anymore. I still watch what I want from there by other means. Okay. Hey, look, I have to support my stuff. So I try not to har too much and do the 7 C's. Would I like Naiad? I don't know. I haven't seen Naiad, so you're gonna have to definitely check it out on your own and figure that bad boy out because I have not watched it yet. So speaking of Naiad, speaking of these type of movies, let's get into the Oscar talk. And Let me play my little thing. We this was called Oscar Watch. For a reason. 2024 Oscar nominations. Hold up. Nope. Nope. There we go. Wait. No. Is that better? That's better. And let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. Ooh, did I zoom in too much? Actor in a lead role. Hold on. I might have zoomed in a little too much. Okay. Hopefully that's good. HBO Max is my favorite streaming service because it has Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, and Last of Us. That's fair. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I think House of Dragon's okay. And I like Last of Us. They have some new crime shows on there. American Nightmare is decent, and I don't mean Cody Rhodes. Nice. Yeah. So let's talk about the Oscar noms. They're finally here. This is what we've been leading up to with talking about the Golden Globes, SAG, Critics' Choice, and all these other ones. Even the Directors Guild Awards, I think, did their thing, and there's another award show before the Oscars comes out that dropped the nominations. But we're gonna go through the nominees. Just for precursor, I have not seen Robot Dreams. I have not seen Zone of Interest. I have not seen Naiad, and I have not seen Rustin. So those are the films that I have to catch up on. But everything else I've seen on this list so far. So there's going to be certain things that I feel like I can't talk about, but we'll talk about snubs and predictions, who you think's going to win, who should win. So actors in a leading role. Surprisingly, this surprised me. Bradley Cooper got in for Maestro. Coleman Domingo for Rustin. I have not seen Rustin yet. Gotta check it out. Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. That was predictable. Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer. Predictable. Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. Let me see. Can I drop a poll in? Let me drop a poll in. Start poll. Best actor. Murphy. Wright. Giamatti. Who else is in this thing? Domingo, who I haven't seen yet. Oh shoot, I only could put this much. Hold up, who I'm leaving out? I'm gonna take Domingo out. I'm gonna put Bradley Cooper because I don't think a lot of you guys saw that movie yet. Bradley Cooper. So vote on who you think deserves to win this one, and I'll continue going through. So, in terms of who I think will win, I think that Cillian Murphy will win. Who I think should win from this group, I think it's between Cillian Murphy and Jeffrey Wright for me personally. I think Cillian Murphy should and will win. I love all the actors on here. I think Bradley Cooper did a good job in his film. Coleman Domingo I haven't seen yet. Maybe if I see Rustin, I'll change my mind once I see Rustin. But I've seen Maestro, I've seen The Holdover, I've seen Oppenheimer, I've seen American Fiction. I know a lot of people root for Paul Giamatti and stuff like that. I think he was great in the role. I just like Cillian Murphy and Jeffrey Wright's performance more. So I think Cillian Murphy will and should win. Moving on to actor in a supporting role. The nominees is Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction. So happy this movie is getting so many nominations. Robert De Niro for Kills of the Flower Moon. He's been getting in supporting almost everywhere. Robert Downey Jr. Oh, sorry. Best actor in leading role snub that I'm surprised at is Leonardo DiCaprio. Shocked that he did not get in for Kills of the Flower Moon. Really, really shocked about that. But actors in supporting role, Sterling K. Brown, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, and Mark Ruffalo. I was wondering. I knew one of the Poor Thing boys was going to get in, William Dafoe or Mark Ruffalo. I didn't know which one. I was rooting for Mark Ruffalo. I'm glad that he got in. For me personally, well, no. Who I think will win is Robert Downey Jr. It seems like everything is pointing between Robert Downey Jr. Getting put in and winning for this role in Oppenheimer. Me personally, I'm shooting between Ryan Gosling and Mark Ruffalo. Um, Either or wins, I will be happy. I won't be mad. I think Robert De Niro did a great job, but I feel like he just like Robert Downey Jr., they were doing what they usually do. I think Sterling K. Brown was great in his supporting role, but I don't know if he was as impactful in the movie as much as everyone else was here. But he was great. I wouldn't be mad if he won, but I just don't think he is. I think he has the least chance. But I'm rooting for the Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Gosling pairing here. I'm going to end the poll for Best Actor. Let's see what you guys had to say. So with 5 votes in, right, damn, it's pretty split, right? Giamatti, Murphy, were right, and Giamatti splitting. Bradley Cooper getting 0. All right, so let's do a poll for supporting best supporting actor. I wish I had more options here. I only have 4, so I can't put everybody. So I'm gonna put uh Gosling, Ruffalo. If I spell the names wrong, I apologize. Downey and De Niro. Those are probably the 4 people who have the most chance. De Niro. I probably spelled that wrong too. Actress in a leading role. This was a surprise. Oh, I keep forgetting to do that. For actors in a supporting role, the snub here and the surprise is no Charles Melton. I thought he was going to get it. No Charles Melton. And I feel like there's somebody else that I'm forgetting. We're going to look at an article later about snubs. But yeah, Charles Melton. I thought he was going to get in. Surprised Sterling K. Brown got in over him. But actress in a leading role, this is another one where I was surprised. Annette Bening for Nyad. Haven't seen Nyad yet. Cannot judge and say that she doesn't deserve this. I have to see the film and see how great her performance was. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, lock. Sandra Huller for Anatomy of Fall, so happy. It was kind of wishy-washy if she was going to get in. So glad she got in. Such a phenomenal performance. Carey Mulligan for Maestro, another performance that was really, really great. And I'm happy that was in there. And Emma Stone for Poor Things. So out of these, who should win is I think Lily Gladstone is going to win. I think that the historical context for this is just too great, and I don't think Killers of the Flower Moon is going to really win much. So I think that they'll give it to Lily Gladstone just for the variety. The Oscars like to give a variety, and it'll just be a historical context. It'll be a boost for kind of a new actor that hasn't been in the spotlight, and she's deserving. She was great in Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't think she's as great as Huller, Mulligan, or Stone personally, but she was really great to deserve the spot. And I'm happy for the historical context for it. For me personally, I think Emma Stone is the front runner and should win. I think she had the best performance of the year, man or woman. So I think that she should win. But it's between her and Gladstone. I really can't see Annette, Huller, or Mulligan winning. Maybe Huller could be a sneak in there and upset, but I don't really see anybody else. And Carey Mulligan, maybe, because the Academy loves Maestro. They fell for that bait. That's one of the most baity Oscar films I've ever seen in my life. And Jesus, it worked. It worked. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna put another poll. Let me end the poll now. And poll. See what you guys have to say. So for best supporting actor, 40% Ruffalo, 40% Downey, 20% Guerrero. So tie between Ruffalo and Downey. Nobody for Gosling. Nobody's rocking with Mr. Ken there, which is okay. So if that's the case, let's see. I'm only gonna do the polls for the big ones. Best actress. So that's Stone. We have 2 Stones. Gladstone. Huller and Mulligan. I'm gonna leave a bit betting out because I feel like most people haven't seen Nyad. So Mulligan probably haven't seen Maestro either, but people know who Carrie Mulligan. Start the poll. And yeah, so that's actress in support leading role. I'm surprised there's no Natalie Portman. I'm trying to think else who. No Fantasia for Color Purple. No Natalie Portman for May December. I think that's the only people I could think that may have got snubbed or people thought might have get in. Yeah, no May December love in any of the acting roles so far. Best actress in a supporting role, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. She's been pretty stellar not stellar, steady in getting nominated for actress in a supporting role. Daniel Brooks, who I'm really, really happy for Color Purple. I thought she was phenomenal in the film, even though I didn't like it. America Ferrera for Barbie just blows my mind. I did not see that coming. Jodie Foster for Naiad as well. Did not see that coming either. I saw that she got nominated for other stuff. I think the Golden Globe she got nominated for, or it might have been the Critics' Choice. Davine Joy Randolph has been getting nominated in every single Best Supporting Actress and winning. And I think out of this list, she will win. Me personally, I would love it to go to Daniel Brooks for The Color Purple, even though I don't like that movie. I just like her performance the most out of these, except obviously I didn't see Jodie Foster yet, so I can't comment. But I like her performance out of the best out of these. Davine Joy Randolph, no, it's probably going to win. This is probably going to be the last poll, so let me end the next one. So for Best Actress, 40% Stone, 40% Mulligan, 20% Gladstone. So Stone and Mulligan is tied. Gladstone is last. Surprising. I thought more Gladstone was going to be here. So the last poll for this particular topic, we're going to go Randolph. Not my girl, Grace Randolph, not her. Who else is there? Brooks, who I'm rooting for, but probably won't win. She's the only thing got nominated. Blunt, out of Color Purple. No songs, nothing. That's crazy. A musical got no song nominations is nuts. They did not like that movie. So actress supporting role, animated feature film. This one, supporting actress. I can't think of any snubs right now. I know America Ferrera probably wasn't really here in most things. I'm not too sure who she. I guess Julianne Moore for May December could have got this, and I think that she deserved it. I don't really think America Ferrera deserves this spot, to be honest with you. I think that Julianne Moore could have got here for May December. I'm not sure who else could have got for supporting. I can't. Oh, Penelope Cruz. I'm so shocked that I didn't get for supporting for a Ferrari because people were talking about that a lot. That's all I can think of right now. Jodie Foster and America Ferrera, the two that I'm like, I don't remember seeing them a lot in the nominations leading up, but they're here. Animated feature. So we have The Boy and the Heron, which I expected. Elemental, which I'm really happy for. Love that movie. Nimona, which I'm really happy for. Love that movie. A movie that was dropped and then picked up, and now it's Oscar nominated. Fantastic. I hope it gets a sequel on Netflix. Robot Dreams, another film that I have not seen. I have to find out how I can watch this movie because I haven't heard any renting or streaming options. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So for me, I think Spider-Man will win and should win, right? I think Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is by and far the best animated film of the year. I do see there is a small possibility that Boy and the Heron wins because it is beloved. It is beloved, 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 beloved. People love this movie. I'm in the minority. And as Ken Sparks says, Boy and the Heron does not deserve to be nominated. We are in the minority of this film. But people overall love this film and think it's so good. I think it did beat Spider-Verse, either the Critics' Choice or Golden Globes. So there's a possibility that it might not win. I see people talking about in terms of snubs, things that people thought were going to get on here was Wish. I didn't think that movie deserves a nomination. Unfortunately, it was just okay. animated film. And obviously Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. I definitely do think that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles should have been on this list. But I haven't seen Robot Dreams, so I can't say to kick that off, and I'm not kicking off, and I can't kick off Boy and Heron because I just knew it was gonna be here. While I do like while I do like TMT a lot, I don't think that it was gonna get nominated. Only because it's a very fun kids movie, but it has no deeper themes to go on. You know, the Boy and the Heron just goes through like grief and psychosis and all these other different themes that are a little deeper, and talks about a period in Japan. Elemental talks about migration and how you're dealing with different races and stuff like that, but with elements. Nimona talks about kind of like and I didn't realize this, is like coming out, and it's like a metaphor, allegory for the LGBT community. And Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse is just such a superb thing, and it's also about identity, your place in the world, and it has its deeper themes right on its sleeve, while also being just an amazing film overall, in terms of animation and just pushing the boundaries, right? Robot Dreams I have not seen, but I heard it is also a deep film. So with TMNT, I just don't think it was going to get in, because I didn't think it was getting in because there's just no deeper themes. I think that when they make the second one, they need to like add something in there so it can get into this group. That's how I feel about TMNT. Love the movie, think it's really good, really great, but I didn't think it was gonna. Like I said, the only movie I could swap it out here is Robot Dreams, but since I haven't seen Robot Dreams, I can't. I can't do it. Things that I think got snubbed in anime, I think Leo surprisingly didn't get in there. I thought that was gonna get in there. And there's another film that I'm thinking about right now that was animated that could possibly have gotten in here. Not Wish, was something else. Oh, The First Dunk, which was a movie that could have gotten here, that I heard was one of the best movies of the year. I just didn't get to check it out. But yeah, The First Dunk is those are the two things that I'm surprised. Was Leo not eligible? Yes, Leo was eligible to get in. They just didn't vote for it. And I think Netflix was going for Nimona. And when a company has multiple movies, they're gonna go with the one that they think has the best chance to get in and win. And I think Nimona was a stronger choice. More people are talking about Nimona than Leo. And before I get into the rest, because we got into all those, let's see what the chat's saying. I know you guys are talking here. I appreciate everybody in the chat coming in and giving their opinions, voting on the polls. Appreciate you guys. And I personally cannot stand having commercials, especially if I'm watching a movie and TV shows. That's fair. Let's go, Oppenheimer with 13 nominations. Big time for Oppenheimer. Haven't seen the holdovers, but Domingo and Murphy are the best of the rest of the knobs. Oh, nice. Okay. I can see that. I need to see Rustin. I love Domingo. I need to see Rustin as well. I think Paul should win. Jeffrey Wright for me. I want Paul. I thought Murphy performance was boring. Okay. That's fair. My show is also on Netflix. Watched it yesterday. Cooper was good, but the movie wasn't for me. That's totally fair. Zac Efron snub. A lot of people were talking about him getting a Best Actor nom. In terms of why I don't think he got nominated, and I talked this with Kennedy before. In terms of why he didn't get nominated and why I don't think it's a snub necessarily, is because the movie didn't do the festival circuit, which so no one saw the film until it came out in December, which was way too late. Especially since a bunch of other Oscar movies were coming out. It was competing with Color Purple, it was competing with Wonka, and it was competing with American Fiction. Plus Poor Things as well. And Zone of Interest kind of was coming out at that time. So it just had too much going on against it. And while I do like Zac Efron's performance in that film and the movie overall, I haven't seen Coleman Domingo's performance. I just don't see anybody here for Zac Efron to come out of. I haven't seen Coleman Domingo, so I can't say. I don't think Zac Efron was better than Bradley Cooper, Paul Giamatti, Cillian Murphy, or Jeffrey Wright. So that's my personal opinion on Zac Efron. I wish that the movie got nominated somewhere or something, but it's just a tight race, man. A great year for movies. I'm happy for Sterling as well. Brown won't win, but he's awesome American fiction. Look, the wins is not the it is important, but it's not the most important part. It's just this is a celebration of movies at the end of the day. And the fact that these people got nominated is celebration enough. Being an Oscar nominated actor gets you more opportunities. And you can that's on your resume forever. And you won't get the lead role maybe because you were Oscar nominated, you didn't win, but the fact that you're Oscar nominated will keep you working. Give me Ruffalo. I'm down for Ruffalo. Waiting for Poor Things to hit digital. It never played in my theater. Damn. I want either Mark or Ryan to win. I can see that. Mulligan was great. She was fantastic. She was the best part of the movie. Give me Emma Stone. I agree. Yeah, I feel like once I see Poor Things, I'll probably agree with Stone. I've only seen Bending and Mulligan and like Mulligan's performance better. Okay. I've seen Mulligan's performance, thought it was phenomenal, honestly. There's a part where she's arguing with Bradley Cooper's Maestro. Holy crap. So good. I want Lily Gladstone to win. That's fair. I kind of want her to win too, but I really want Emma Stone to win because she was so good. I want Gosling. Oscar loves movies about the entertainment industry. They do. They love Holocaust films, as we're gonna see soon, and they love movies about talking about themselves. Damn, I hit Gladstone. Won't allow me to change this to Stone. You hit the wrong Stone. America. Okay. You down for America Ferrera? But I'll go with Randolph for real. Okay. I didn't think anybody from Barbie should have been nominated. Okay, that's definitely a contention. I don't agree with you at all. But people are really upset that Margot didn't get nominated for Best Actress, and even though Ryan Gosling got nominated, I do think Margot Robbie should have got nominated. I just don't know who to take out. I think she was phenomenal. I like America Ferrera, but no way should that performance have been nominated. I don't think so either. Honestly, I think her and Ariana Greenblatt, I hate to say this, were the worst parts. Them two, and William Farrell were William Farrell. Who the hell calls him William Farrell? Will Farrell were the worst parts of Barbie. But people really love that speech she gave. Davine Joy should win. Davine Joy got this. Where's TMT? We talked about TMT snubbed. Well, here on, yeah. Oh, Clay Poindexter, the new channel member. Thank you for joining the live stream. You're from you as well. Spider-Verse should still win. I still haven't seen Heron. I'm interested to see what you think because I didn't like it. Ken didn't like it, but sometimes you like things that we don't like. I agree with TNT being snubbed. Wish wasn't great. I agree it wasn't great. Are you going to do a poll for Best Picture? Probably not because there's 10 nominations and I only have like 4 spots. I don't think that makes any sense. I'm going for Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man getting hated on this year. It is. I don't know why, but it is. I like Elemental. Didn't think it deserved a nom. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What would you put instead of Elemental? The theme was accepting difference and protecting your oppressor. Accepting differences and protecting your oppressor. What movie were you talking about, Clay? TNT didn't talk about wanting to belong and not judging the whole by a bad experience. I just don't think it was just like in your face enough for that movie to get Oscar nominated. I just don't think they dwelled deep enough into those themes for that movie to be seen that way. I think it's more seen as like this fun, gorgeous animated film that has a great action sequences and lovable characters and moments that feel real New York. I think that's what people took from it, not the themes. Let's see. Jason Entertainment. What's up, Zach? What's up, Zach Attack? Leo was so good. Wish it could have been nominated and Slam Dunk. Yeah, I was just talking about Slam Dunk. That's another movie that people really thought should have got nominated. It has really high RT scores. People thought Leo was good. Disagree with the idea TNT has no deeper themes. Identity, finding one's place in society, pardon the pun, coming out your shell are all right there. Yeah, but very surface level to me. Just my opinion. If you think it's deeper than that, that's fine, and that's totally fine. I just don't think it's. I think it's very surface level. I take Murphy for damn. No love for Oppenheimer from Ken and oh wait, I think I'm frozen. Am I frozen still? I'm not sure. Wins are all that matter in life, Zach. That's not true. Murphy was in a fantastically made movie. I personally don't think he was all that great, but that's just me. Okay. Don't agree, but that's fair. The only movies I've seen that are nominated are Oppenheimer, Maestro, and Killers of the Flower Moon. Definitely need to see more of the movies, bro. Looks like my internet is starting to mess up. Same with Downey. It was a great ensemble, not necessarily great individual performance. I think that Downey had a great performance. I just don't think he had like the front runner. He needs to be the only one. You know. Oh, you're saying TNT is about accepting your oppressor? That's crazy. Both the game and the movie. Poor Spidey. I heard the game deserved it, but not definitely not the movie. You're blurry, not frozen. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I apologize about that, guys. I think it's better now. Let's talk about I have an article here talking about oh wait, whoa. What am I talking about? Article. I didn't finish with the nominations. I did this before too. I'm bugging. So we did supporting role. We did all these. Did finish. Okay, cinematography. So I'm happy to see that El Conde got in here. This is a movie probably a lot of you guys haven't seen yet. It's on Netflix. Telling you, Netflix getting all the nods, man. Um, a vampire movie that is a mixture of Succession and What We Do in the Shadows. Really gorgeous film in black and white. Pretty funny, kind of gory. I would say check it out at least once. El Conde had great cinematography. Kills Flower Moon, great cinematography. Maestro cinematography is probably the best part of the film, other than Gary Mulligan. So this is a definite nod. Oppenheimer, I don't know if it deserved to be in cinematography. It was great cinematography, but I think other movies probably could have got in, like John Wick 4. I would have swapped out for Oppenheimer. Poor Things is really good. This one's hard for me. I feel like Oppenheimer's gonna sweep. For me, it should be between Maestro and Poor Things in terms of cinematography. El Conde, I just don't think is going to get it. I think that Maestro and Poor Things did more creative things with their cinematography. I want Poor Things to win personally because of how fantastical it is and how they used the cinematography to tell the story. Maestro just looked pretty. It wasn't part of the story. It looked really pretty. Where Poor Things, I was wondering when that was going to happen. Oh, one of my Funko Pops just fell and hit me, and it was All Might. Damn, bro, you gonna do me like that on live stream? Really? That's crazy. Um, yeah. So those are the ones I think that I don't know. I think Oppenheimer will win, but I think Poor Things should win. Costume design: Barbie, Kills the Flower Moon, Napoleon. Whoa, wow, Napoleon jump scare, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. So between these, this is hard because Napoleon's costume design actually is pretty good. Poor Things. I think Poor Things had great. Yeah, William Dafoe character, Emma Stone's character, phenomenal. Oppenheimer, I don't think maybe didn't deserve this. Again, another award that I probably didn't deserve. It was just people in suits. I guess that's good. I guess it captured the time. I think maybe Barbie deserves this because that costume is such a big part of that film. I think Barbie deserves this one. I think Barbie will win since I think Barbie didn't get any acting noms. It's not winning Best Picture. I don't think. I think it's going to get some technical awards, and I think Barbie will win costume design. I think it's a really good, great costume design. I think it will win and should win. Directing. This is a big one. Some surprises here. Anatomy of Fall, Justine Charette. I'm so happy for her. Great, a really great directed film. Kills of the Moon, as expected. Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, expected. Yorgos was expected, and Jonathan Glazer for Zone of Interest came out of nowhere. Was not. I was shocked that this was here, especially since it's a movie that not a lot of us can see. Two international films in here, technically three. because Poor Things is kind of, but nah, it has a lot of American actors. Um, this is hard. This is hard. These are I haven't seen Zone of Interest, so I can't say how well directed, but based on what I'm hearing about, I hear it's phenomenally directed. But this is a really stacked thing here. All really, really well directed films. So in terms of who I think will win, I think Oppenheimer is going to get this. It's a damn shame that Barbie got snubbed out of here. That movie had so many moving parts. It was phenomenally directed. Um, I want Poor Things to win, but I think Oppenheimer will. I don't watch documentaries. If you do, put in the chat which documentary you think should win. Bobby Wine, Eternal Memory, Four Daughters, To Kill a Tiger, 20 Days a Month, Maripol. I don't watch documentary shorts, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna skip those. If you know or you have a foot in that race, just put it in the chat. Film editing, Anatomy of Fall. The editing is very important in that film. The Holdovers, which is surprising, Kills the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. This is not my expertise. Sometimes I can't really tell like what's great editing, what's the difference and stuff like that. I do think Anatomy of Fall. I think Holdovers is great too. I think all these films are edited well. So I think just based off the Oppenheimer sweet feel, I think Oppenheimer may win this. I think maybe it might be Killers of the Flower Moon only because I don't think Killers is going to get a lot. Leo didn't get Best Actor. Lily Gladstone probably will get Best Actress over Emma Stone. And I think that Killers will get one of the technical awards, especially since Barbie is not here. I could see it be going to Killers, but it could go to Poor Things, go to Oppenheimer. This is another strong category. International feature film. So I want to talk about this real quick, and then I'm gonna get back into the chat before I get into in the thing. I think I'm freezing again. France decided to submit. Where is it? It didn't even get nominated. France decided to submit another film other than Anatomy of Fall for Best International Film, and the movie that they did not get nominated, even though Anatomy of Fall got Best Picture. That is insane. What a really dumb idea. I don't understand. They didn't understand the film that they had on their hands. This could have helped Anatomy of Fall get closer to Best Picture. This could have been a Parasite situation if it could have got into. It would have had international feature. Oh, it says I'm covering the nominations, and I'm frozen again. Damn it! I'm sorry, guys. My internet is acting up today. Oof. And I apologize about the technical issues. Downey did nothing but give an evil glare. I don't agree with that. His speeches were fantastic. Gotta get going, finish up quest on Fortnite, and then gotta go to bed for work. Catch you later. Bye, everyone. Later, DJ. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you. Hopefully you get some good sleep. Yeah, you're definitely a little fuzzy, and you do keep on freezing a little bit, but not anymore. Okay, appreciate it. Hey, popping the popcorn, Katie. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for dropping in. Sorry about covering up the nominations, like said. I appreciate about that. I mean, I'm sorry about that. I'm messing up again. What is going on? Barbie's getting a number. I think you're talking about costume design, probably. Yeah, my internet is messing up. France out here taking risks. Yeah, taking stupid risks. Hey, you withdrew. What's up? Thank you for joining the live stream. I know my live stream right now is choppy as hell. And like Ken Spark said, that 9 p.m. Wi-Fi versus that 7 p.m. Wi-Fi hits different, apparently. I don't know what is going on. Apologize about that, guys. Best international feature film. This one I can't really talk too much about because I haven't seen a lot of these films. Io Capitino from Italy, Perfect Days, I've heard, was great from Japan. This should have been Godzilla. Society Snow I actually saw from Spain, great film. Teacher's Lounge I want to see from Germany, and Zone of Interest also I want to see. So I can't really talk about this. I've only seen one of the films. Society Snow's great. For me, I think it's zone of interest has it locked because it's up for best picture. So I don't see any of these having a chance. So this one's kind of lopsided, and I can't talk about the quality of the other films. So I think zone of interest will win and should win. Makeup and hairstyling. Um, Golda, which is another film I've never seen before, and this I think this is the only nomination it has. Based on the what I've seen from it, the makeup and hairstyle looks great. Maestro, that's a big part of it, especially with Bradley Cooper transforming his face to look more like Leonard Bernstein. Oppenheimer, I don't know if it deserves this, but okay. Poor Things, yeah, definitely, especially William Dafoe's character. Society of Snow, this is big, and I think it really deserves it. Honestly, I don't think Oppenheimer will get this one. I think it will go to Poor Things. I think it should go to Society of Snow, though. Golda and Maestro might win because it seems like the Academy loves Maestro, but I think it will go to Poor Things. Hold on, I just got some basketball take. Bucks hire Doc Rivers officially. I, f- I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's a bad idea just based off his history. I know he's a championship winning coach, but everywhere else he's gone, he hasn't really done a good job. But let's see. Let's see. They just fired a coach for a reason, so let's see what happens. All right, music, original score, American Fiction, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Wow, the score was really good. Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. I think Oppenheimer wins this. I think out of all these scores, I think it has the most memorable one. Other than Indiana Jones, that's a possibility it might win. And Killers 2 has a good one. Poor Things is memorable as well, but I just think Oppenheimer, Ludwig is going to win another Oscar. I think this is going to Oppenheimer. And I think it should go to Oppenheimer. The score in that film is fantastic. Original song, a surprise, the fire inside from the Flamin' Hot film. Got inside here. I'm just Ken. Yes, is here. Never went away from American Symphony. Never heard of this film before. It's in here. Kills the Flower Moon. I don't know how to say a song for my people. And what I was made for by Billie Eilish, which deserves to be in here too. So I think personally, I think that what I was made for will win. I want I'm just Ken to win, especially since Peaches from Mario is not here. I want I'm just Ken to win. Such a great song, but I think that what I was made for will win. That song made me cry at the end of that film. It really got me. He said Peaches. I know, but they said a long time ago that it wasn't going to get nominated. Society Snow for sure. Poor Things runner up. I can see that. If not Peaches, it's trash. And now this is Best Picture. This one has 10 nominations, which I'm glad. It's like, again, it's a celebration of film for 2023. American Fiction, Anatomy of Fall, Barbie, Holdovers, Kills the Flower Moon, Maestro, shock me that Maestro is so successful. Oppenheimer, Past Lives, which doesn't have a lot of nominations in anything, but got Best Picture, which that's really interesting. I feel like okay. There's still other stuff. Okay. Past Lives, Poor Things, Zone of Interest, which I was shocked about Zone of Interest being there. For me, I think Oppenheimer is the one to beat. I think it's going to win. I feel like everything is pointing towards winning. All the minor awards have made it one. Some of the major ones have won Best Picture. I think Kills the Flower Moon and maybe Poor Thing. I don't know. I think Kills the Flower Moon and Oppenheimer are the one only. Maybe Holdovers. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think because Alexander Payne shockingly did not get a directing nom for Holdovers, which is shocking. Holdovers is probably not going to win. It only got nominated for Paul and Javine. Barbie's definitely not getting in because it didn't get any acting noms, and it might not win all the technical noms. Anatomy of Fall has a chance. American Fiction has a chance. But I don't see it because that's not the headline. You know, people are gonna like, what? American Fiction? What's that? Past Lives. Don't think as Celine Song didn't get a directing knob, and it doesn't really have nominations in other categories. I think it probably does as we go down. But I don't really think it's going to have a chance because it's lacking the acting. Like Greta Lee didn't get in, the supporting actor didn't get in. Um, it might be there for original screenplay. We'll see. Poor Things. I really want to root for this, but I just feel like the fact that it's not doing great at the box office and some people are starting to turn on the film, I think that it has less of a chance. Zone of Interest is the dark horse. Very, very interesting film. A24 sneaking in here with a film. There's a strong chance for Zone of Interest to win. But I think Oppenheimer is for Oppenheimer and Kills the Flower Moon. Let me see. Oh, oh God. Am I back? Somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm back. I don't think I am. But I'm gonna keep talking. Godzilla -1 was better than all of them. I do not agree with that at all, but that is a fair opinion. The acting in that film was very melodramatic. It doesn't touch any of the acting in any of these films, but it's still a great film. Oppenheimer will win, but Holdovers should win. That's fair. I like Oppenheimer more than Holdovers, but that's totally fair. I know people love that movie. Okay, thank you for letting me know that I'm back, but I feel like I'm gone again. Oh, what a messy stream. Production design, Barbie, Killers, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things. Really great production design on all these films, even Napoleon, which was not great. Um, I think Barbie should deserves this. Bringing the Barbie playhouse and everything to life was phenomenal. It was like a huge part of that film. I do think Poor Things was phenomenal. I don't think I think Oppenheimer. I wouldn't give it. I wouldn't have even nominated for this. Napoleon's really good, and I think Kill the Flower Moon is really good too. But I think this is Barbie's to lose. This is one of those technical achievements that I think that Barbie will take because it's not going to be really like a lot of the majors awards. I'll take Holdovers or American Fiction. That's fair. I don't think American Fiction has a chance. Unfortunately, I love that movie, and I think Holdovers is great, but no, I think Oppenheimer has it. I'll be happy if either Oppenheimer or Kills the Flower Moon winning. Well, those are the only two films you saw. Let's see. Animated short film, don't know anything about that. Live action short film, don't know. Does that say Invincible? That's probably not. Yeah. Sound. Hey, the creator. Let's go. He got nominated for something. Yeah, sound and that was great. Maestro, that's a big part of it. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yes. Oppenheimer, huge part of the movie as well. Zone of Interest wins. Zone of Interest wins sound to me. I haven't seen the movie, but based on the description of what the movie's about, everything is about the sound of the film. I think that it's a clear winner here. I don't have it winning a bunch of other stuff, so I definitely think it will take sound. I think sound, all the films have great sound here, but they use them in a traditional sense. This movie is very experimental, and the sound is such a huge part of it. I think that Zone of Interest will win. For me personally, I would love either the creator or Mission Impossible to win because this is the only Oscars that they'll probably have a chance for because they don't have a stunt category. But Zone of Interest will probably will win. Visual effects, creator again, which is great. Godzilla -1 was here. Guardians Volume 3, some of my favorite movies. Mission Impossible. Napoleon, man, I'm pretty sure they could have swapped this out for Spider-Verse. I'm not sure why Spider-Verse didn't get here instead of Napoleon. That's really weird. But for visual effects, I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is underrated in terms of that. And I think that it should win, but I can see the creator winning because that was such a big part of the campaign is that this movie was made for like under $100 million and the VFX looks amazing and the VFX were amazing for this film. And I can see like the industry is not happy with Marvel. So I can see them like snubbing Guardians of the Galaxy in terms of a win. I do think Guardians of the Galaxy should win. Just Rocket alone deserves a win. And Groot. But I can see the creator get it. Maybe even Godzilla -1. I don't personally don't think it should win. There's some janky VFX in parts of that film. But I think that it's between the creator and Guardians of the Galaxy. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning can definitely get it. And I wouldn't be mad either. Okay, we're getting to some writing. These are some important parts to see who gets the best picture noms and has the momentum. So writing, this is adapted screenplay. So that means it was adapted from something else. I still don't understand how Barbie is adapted because there's no source material they pulled it from. I guess they kind of took the inspiration from the dolls, but it's not I don't know. I guess that's how it goes. They adapted it from the dolls. And I guess they used some Barbie lore in the film. So I guess that's why it's adapted, but it just feels like it's such an original thing. But American Fiction, well deserved. Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Zone of Interest, which I didn't know was based on something. Um, for adapted, I feel like the screenplay for I think Poor Things. So I think personally, I think that this is a place for Barbie to get a chance to win something major. But it's hard because I just think that the industry is like nominating it because it's the biggest movie of the year, but not gonna get it. It's not gonna get much wins in big categories. I can see Oppenheimer getting this too. I think Poor Things deserves it personally, or American Fiction. Poor Things a little bit more than American Fiction because I don't think all of American Fiction stuff came together at the end as much as I would have liked it to, but it's still a phenomenal film. Poor Things, I think, was came all the way together totally. But I haven't seen Zone of Interest, so this could definitely win, but I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. And this is for original screenplay. So it's the Anatomy of Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December. May December finally getting some love, and Past Lives. So I think that Anatomy of Fall will win this one. I think Anatomy of Fall will win this one. It's nominated for Best Picture. Holdovers, Maestro obviously have a chance because and Past Lives because they're all nominated for Best Picture as well. May December, I don't think has a chance. I don't think it deserves to win a best original screenplay. It was a good screenplay, but not best. To me personally, I think Anatomy of Fall should win. I think that's the best screenplay of the year. But I can see the Holdovers winning this or giving it to Past Lives. A lot of people love the screenplay of Past Lives. I personally think it's okay, but a lot of people love this film. So I can see Past Lives being a dark horse, but I really think it's between Holdovers and Anatomy of Fall. So that's it. That is all the nominees for it. Let me see what you guys are saying before I move on to the snubs and surprises. I'm Snow, Godzilla, probably for sure. All the visual effects nominees except Napoleon deserve to be there. I know we didn't like Napoleon as a movie, but I think the visual effects for Napoleon were actually really good. Oh, all that water just dripped on live. Yeah, I agree. Rocket and Groot should win. Yeah, I do. I do think that. Barbie was adapted from what? I guess the Barbie lore. I think. And come on, I'm moving slow again. Damn it! Why is my internet doing this to me? And it's supposed to be faster than my other internet. Lies. Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon are not the only movie I've seen that are nominated. I also Maestro, but I'm more big fan of those two movies. That would be nominating the Lego Movie for adapted screenplay. It's adapting something, I guess. I guess that's a lot of people are uproar about this. They think this should be an original screenplay, but I guess because it's drawing something from source material of something that exists. It's not a completely original film where the thing didn't exist. I guess that's why it's adapted. But yeah. I did not like Barbie at all. I gave it a half star on Letterboxd. Wow. I'm going to see American Fiction when it comes out on streaming. I will rent Poor Things and Holdovers. I'm going to watch it Peacock when I get it back. Damn. I wish you would support American Fiction, man. And Past Lives. I did not like one bit because it was all subtitles. They should have had it dubbed. I gave that only one. Wait, you gave it 1.5 stars because it has subtitles? It's a Korean film, dude. They can't have it dubbed. I'm gone. I think I'm gone. Am I back? I don't know if I'm back yet. The actors gotta speak the language, man. Not everything can be dubbed. Did I end this poll? I just realized I didn't end the best supporting actress poll. That's hilarious. 10 votes. Wow. Randolph got 50% of the votes. So I may need to leave these polls faster. Yeah, I see it. I'm really blurry. I don't know why. America Ferrero got 30%. Blunt got 20%. Brooks got 0. Damn. Brooks was so good, man. That's wild. Everything should be catered to English speakers. Yeah, it can't be. We have a lot of international films. You can't have dubs all the time. Unless it's an accessibility thing, then I can understand that. But to give it a half star because of that, I think it's a little unfair. Just a little bit. No, that is not what I want. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. All right. So we're going to be talking about the Oscars snubs and surprises. Starting with Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig not getting in for Best Actress and Best Director. I can see Margot Robbie not getting in for Best Actress because there's so many strong performances here. Even though I thought she was phenomenal in Barbie, but Greta Gerwig not getting in for Best Director irks me. I think that she did a great job directing that film. I think that it was a film with so many moving parts, and it's weird that she didn't get in. But I think that's a snub. Surprise, America Ferrera for Barbie. The one nomination for this film that I don't think it deserves. I don't think America Ferrera should have got in for this. Very, very weird. Snub. Leonardo DiCaprio for Kills the Flower Moon. Very, very shocked. Very, very shocked that Leonardo DiCaprio didn't get in. And yeah, snubbed. The actors of May December. Yeah, Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore, Charles Melton. Nobody got in. Even though they were getting in the smaller awards leading up to this, they did not get in for the Oscars. Very shocked. I thought at least Charles Melton was going to get in. He took home the Gotham Award, they said, and they were nominated for Golden Globe, Spirit, and Critics' Choice Awards. And then they were left out of SAG, so I think that really hurt them. But yeah, surprise Sandra Huller for Anatomy of Fall. Yeah, even though I thought that she definitely should have got in, it wasn't too sure. She failed to register at SAG, unfortunately, but she got in so much other things that people just love her performance. And I think she had the second best performance of the year for me. Surprised that Justine Triet got. I didn't expect her to get for directing. I didn't think that she was gonna get in for directing, but I'm really, really happy because this was a phenomenally directed film. There's some things that she does in here that is just so funny. Eric Roth and Martin Scorsese for screenplay for Kills of Flower Moon. Very shocked the screenplay for that film did not get nominated. Yeah, I think that it's a strong screenplay, even though the movie's really, really long. But it has a lot of nominations, but it's just shocking that this movie, because of what it's talking about, didn't get nominated. I think a lot of people were saying that it's not a fun film or it's not like a sweet film. It really sticks on like like how bad the white people were to these natives. That's why maybe it just didn't appeal to a lot of people. But yeah, Kills Flower Moon. Holdovers getting best editing. People were surprised that it got into here. People thought, people was like, oh, Anatomy of Fall editing was a big part of that, especially the complexity of the story. But I don't know if I would agree with Holdovers for best editing. I don't think that was the strongest part of the film. Alexander Payne not getting in. I think that he should have got in for directing. The directing was really good for that film. Very, very shocked that he didn't get in. Just like Greta Gerwig, the Guild dog. So directors like them, but they didn't get in. But Jonathan Glazer getting in for the Zone of Interest, very big surprise. It wasn't a big talk about Jonathan Glazer getting in. I think he got in for the BAFTA, but other ones he didn't really get in. So But BAFTA is a big precursor. And like I said, Penelope Cruz snubbed for Ferrari. But I think that the overall response to that film is why that happened. Um, People are not really in favor of it. So I think that's why she didn't get nominated. All of Us Strangers getting completely snubbed out of all categories is shocking. William Dafoe, but I didn't think Dafoe and Ruffalo were going to get in. It was either or. They were getting in together in a lot of awards, but for Oscars, because of how prestigious it is, I thought they were going to pick one or the other, and I think Ruffalo was the one to pick. I love William Dafoe's performance in Poor Things, but I think Ruffalo is the more dynamic and fun performance, and maybe he adds to the story more because he's more in the plot. Becky G's The Fire Inside. That's a surprise to get in here. Like I said, I thought Murder on the Dance Floor was going to get in here, but it says, notwithstanding the resignation of ineligible. Okay, it was Dance in the Night. People thought Dua Lipa's Dance in the Night was going to get in, but I didn't think it deserved to get in. But I have to go check out Hot Ones or Flaming Hot, not Hot Ones. I don't do that stuff. Yeah, Rosamund Pike, Emerald Fennel. I think somebody just said that about Saltburn. I thought maybe somebody from Saltburn would get in. Either Emerald Fennel, Rosamund Pike, or Jacob Elordi, or what's homeboy name, the main character, Barry Keoghan would get in for something, but nope. The whole movie got snubbed. Yeah, the Indiana Jones score getting in after how it was trashed like that. Shocked that it got in. Shocked. And yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse snub for the best score is wild. Doesn't make any sense. And Robot Dreams and Nimona. I wasn't surprised about Nimona. It felt like it had strong momentum going in. But Robot Dreams, I'm strong about because no one's really talking about that film. I thought that, Team MT, Wish, or Leo would get in, but I got to check out Robot Dreams and see how good it is. Like I said, Wish, Leo, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. El Conde getting in for cinematography is like the one surprise that I see her getting, them getting in this. Everything else is kind of predictable, but El Conde getting it was a surprise. And Godzilla -1 getting in for effects. I'm happy for that movie. 34 people did it, worked really hard. 35 people did it and did a great job for the film. Yeah, so I'm happy for it. So those kind of surprises and snubs, and there's probably some other stuff. There's some personal films that I wish was in there that I knew wasn't gonna get nominated, like They Cloned Tyrone and a few other things. But those are some of the things that got snubbed or snuck in there that people didn't expect. Let's see. Greta Gerwig should have been nominated. I see a lot of people say that. I personally don't agree. I thought her performance was okay. But I think a lot of people have been quiet about that film because the support for Poor Things has been so strong that I think that they don't want to talk about it. And I felt like that as well because every time I bring it up and how much I didn't like, I get attacked. Let me say I did like the film, but I didn't think it was great. I didn't think that her performance was all that, or the supporting actor. I thought he was very bland. I hate the idea that the movie can be nominated for Best Picture but not Best Director. So who made it then? A Siberian squirrel? Well, I think the idea of it is that, like, yes, the movie overall was phenomenal and it's one of the best pictures of the year, but this director wasn't one of the 5 best directors of the year. Because 10 nominations, not all 10 gets Best Director because there's only 5 spots. So you have 10 of them, and so 5 directors are going to miss, you know? And now I know I'm not a Barbie fan, but fair is fair. That's fair. I really did like Saltburn through Amazon Prime. I did not think I was going to like that movie. That movie took me by surprise. I was not expecting the ending. I'm glad you liked it. I liked it too. Rosa Pike will never be nominated because she keeps playing the same character. But Robert De Niro kind of played what he usually plays, and Robert Downey Jr. kind of plays what he usually plays. Like similar styling. They didn't transform themselves. So I feel like that if that applies to her, it should apply to them. But, might be some sexism. Not on your part, Ken. Just the Academy. I know that's not what you meant. I said Greta Gerwig. I thought, oh, my bad. You said Greta Gerwig, not Greta Lee. Greta Gerwig, yeah. Greta Gerwig definitely deserves to be nominated. So that was the ending of the Oscar watch, the 24 Oscar nominations. Drop me in the comments down below how you feel about how the Oscars is going, what film you wish was in there that was not in the award season, like Iron Claw, and maybe a few other films like Wonka should have probably got Best Original Song, or stuff like that, or an animated film that you thought should have snuck in there. Drop all those comments down below and drop it in the live chat. We're gonna keep going. We still have a few more topics to talk about. Some rapid fire ones. So this is going to be a little bit of rapid fire news, if I could find it. Rapid fire news topics that I feel like we should talk about, but deserve a whole big giant dissertation. And the first thing we're going to talk about here is the next Sony Marvel film that's coming out, and that is Madam Web. This is coming from comicbookmovie.com, which I don't use often, but for comic book news, they do a pretty good job. So they're doing a press run for Madam Web. The actors are going on talk shows. They're releasing TV spots and clips of the movie. They're doing that whole rollout to get people hyped. A famous scooper scooped that Sony, when they were making the film, messed up their yearing. It was supposed to be a film that was supposed to be set in the Amazing Spider-Man universe, and then Andrew Garfield Spider-Man was going to be the Spider-Man of the Sony Spider-Man universe. But they realized they messed up the years, and they scrapped all the Spider-Man references out of it. That's the rumor. That has not been confirmed. But this thing that actually happened by the director, wait, is this what I wanted to talk about? Hold up. Sorry. This is not it. Do I have it? Your boy's a dummy. I lost I lost the article. I clicked off an article by mistake. I forgot where I got the information from, but they were speaking on basically, because since I don't have the article. The director was speaking on how this is a standalone film, that this has no connection to Morbius, it doesn't have a connection to Venom, it has no connection to Craven the Hunter, it doesn't have a connection to any other past Spider-Man films. That scooper was saying this was happening because Sony messed up the yearing and the planning for the film, putting it in the past, realizing the timeline doesn't work for it to connect to it. And now it seems like this is going to be in its own universe, separate from everything else, which seems like a absolute waste of time. And right now, the movie is tracking to open at $20 to $30 million. That doesn't sound like that's a great opening for the film. They're really pushing out like this is standalone. It's not connected to anything else. But I think a Madam Web movie literally should be connected to stuff. That's her character. She connects and bring things together. What are we watching this for? Because the whole plot seemed like it was about the rumor of the plot was that Ezekiel was coming after a Peter Parker that wasn't born yet, and May Parker was going to be pregnant in the film, and they were at the protector. And I don't understand why they just don't. Why didn't they just fix the earring in post or so? I don't understand. Maybe I can't. You can't just fix the ear in post because maybe you're making 2006 references and that just doesn't work out. But it doesn't make any sense for it not to have any connections to the rest of Spider-Man. That's insane. And for the director to come out and say it like it was a positive thing, just didn't make any sense to me. How do you guys feel about Madam Web? Like you said, great year for movies. I think it's a top tier year for movies. A lot of people in a couple years, 5-6 years from now, are gonna think about this year and last year, how great these movies have been. Madam Web looks so bad, but I'll give it a shot though. Honestly, I thought the trailers were okay, but it's sounding less and less stupid. More and more stupid, I should say. I like the stream. I appreciate you, Dave. So I'm going to send you my list of movies that are nominated. Okay. And your February doesn't look good films wise either. Yeah, February. I told you. I said this before. January, February is a desolate wasteland for movies. A lot of indie movies are gonna have to get some shine. And streaming films. If I'm bored, I'll see Madam Web. That's fair. I'm interested in Madam Web, but I think I'm going to wait and see it either on my $5 Tuesday day. That's fair. That's totally fair. If it has no connection, then what the F are we doing this for? Who is Madam Web if not a human linked for spider people? I don't know. I don't know. This seems so weird to take this character, and they're doing this. Like Venom is supposed to be attached to Spider-Man, Craven is supposed to be attached to Spider-Man, Morbius is supposed to be attached to Spider-Man, and it seemed like okay, they were doing these characters, and eventually they were going to attach to Spider-Man. Now they're doing this, and it's going to be connected to nothing. It makes no sense. But that's all the news I have for this. The movie is tracking for a 25 to 35 million opening for right now. The movie is no longer connected to any Spider-Man at all because it seemed the rumor is that Sony made a mistake in trying to connect to Andrew Garfield instead of Tom Holland, but the years mess up with the MCU and everything. And yeah, this movie seems like it's going to be a mixture of Morbius and the Marvels. Morbius quality, but reception like the Marvels got because it's featuring mostly women and a male bad guy. I feel like a few years before the pandemic were better for January and February. Probably, but traditionally January specifically has been a dumping year, a dumping month for movies. Usually movies will come out that they didn't have faith in and like let's just throw it out there. You know, not a lot of big blockbusters coming out. Let's see. Underwater was something like that and got traction. This is happening because of the strike. A lot of movies got pushed that was supposed to come out in January and February. So that's why we're not seeing a trickle. We're only seeing a trickle of little things coming out. But let's move on from Madam Web because it's not much to talk about because there ain't much happening with that movie. This is another quick fire news. It's going to be talking about David Fincher. He is increasing his contract, extending his contract with Netflix for 3 more years. Obviously, you know, he did what's the name of that movie? The Killer from last year, which is a movie that probably could have gotten some nominations as well for Michael Fassbender and directing and things like that. But I don't think it was going to at all. And David Fincher extended his contract. It said David Fincher's latest film, The Killer, is available to stream on Netflix. The film was in very limited fashion, theatrically released in late October. That's usually how it works with Netflix. They don't really give their films expanded theatrical windows. Fincher has had a few multi-year deals with Netflix, with the last one supposed to end in 2024. Well, not anymore. Fincher is telling Premiere Magazine, so he had a conversation with Premiere Magazine, that the contract has been extended for another 3 years. It's supposed to now end in January 2027. Fincher has been all about Netflix for close to 10 years now, delving into the streaming game full on, creating shows like House of Cards, Mindhunter, Love, Death, and Robots, not to mention 2 films, Mank and The Killer. Some really great things for Netflix. Love and Death and Robots I don't personally didn't like that much, but a lot of people love. Mindhunter I loved so much, and I wish he would work back on that. Hopefully, on this new deal he does. House of Cards I never got into, but I heard was like that was like one of Netflix's first big shows. And Mank didn't get a great reception, but Killer rebounded. So I think this is really great for David Fincher. He goes on to say in an interview, he said they adopted an industry standard that made sense to filmmakers. Netflix has by far the best quality control in all of Hollywood. That's a very interesting take because a lot of people feel like Netflix does not have quality control. I agree with him though. I think out of all streaming services they have some bad movies, but all studios have bad movies. But they have some really quality TV shows, some all-time TV shows on Netflix. And their movies are starting to get better. I don't want to say catch up, but they're getting better. There's some movies on there that I really like. With the studio system closing down its doors on many auteur filmmakers, Fincher, with his ambitious, well-known needs, saw his lack of opportunity as a way to reinvent the way he can get his films made. Is Fincher still making cinema? I think so, kind of, but don't tell that to Cannes director Thierry Fremix. In a recent Unearthed video from 2020, Fremix was the belief that Fincher and cinema could no longer coexist. Finch has left the camera. Fincher now works for streamers where he's directing incredible stuff. I tried to explain this to him modestly, obviously, that he doesn't exist anymore, at least for us, for reasons left up to his own liking. He wants his creative freedom. He doesn't want to fight with studio heads. His films tend to be very expensive, but I love him to come back to cinema. He's one of the greats. I think that's a very old way of thinking, and I think they really need to fix that old way of thinking. Gotta go, bud. Have a good night. Oh, good night, man. I appreciate you being in the live stream as long as you were. Appreciate you a lot. But yeah, I guess I could drop a poll in this one. What do you guys think? Are streaming movies cinema? Yes. No. Start poll. Yeah, so David Fincher extends his 3-year deal with Netflix. We have a possibility for a Killer 2. We have a possibility for Mindhunter to come back, or a solely original film that has nothing to attach to a mega IP. He might be able to do more than one thing. So I'm really excited to see what you guys think. Are you a fan of David Fincher? Do you think that he will come and do another great film like The Killer, or are you not too hyped on it at all? Let me know in the live chat. While you guys vote and do that, let me move on. We have a lot of topics in the fire rapid fire. Don't want to stick too long on anything. I think I disconnected it. Okay. So this is coming from Deadline. Daredevil Born Again, Wilson Bethel returns as Bullseye in Marvel series on Disney Plus. So if you saw Daredevil season 3, you know this guy. He played Bullseye in that season. Did a fantastic job as a character. Really enjoyed his performance. He will be coming back for Daredevil season 3. This sparks more into the fact that this season of Disney Plus season will be a sequel or a continuation of the Netflix version of Daredevil. And Wilson, who played Benjamin Poindexter Bullseye on Netflix Daredevil, is reprising his role on Disney Plus' upcoming Daredevil Born Again. Sources confirmed the Deadline. I hear he is set to appear in 3 episodes of the series, which is now filming. And Rep for Marvel declined the comment. So this is a rumor, so it might not happen. But they also said Foggy and Karen was coming back, and it seems like they're bringing back a lot of the Netflix stuff because they knew that was what worked. Following a production pause in mid-June and the writer's strike, Marvel Studios implemented a creative overhaul for Daredevil, which followed original star Charlie Cox and Blind Attorney, blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Mr. D'Onofrio is reprising his role, and her Don Bartholomew is returning as Punisher. As part of the changes, Dario Scarpane, who did showrun Punisher, is going to be showrunning the show. The new creative direction appears to involve bringing back more familiar faces. Word of Bethel casting first reported by comicbook.com follows a recent insider report of the original series that Deborah Ann Wool and Eldon Henson also will come back. So this is really good for Daredevil Born Again. I'm really excited to see all these characters come back. I think that they're integral to the success of this version of Daredevil. If they're not going to completely reboot the franchise, I think it's really great that they bring all these people back and give them the treatment that they deserve. Let me know, if you guys in the live chat, if you're excited about to see Bullseye, if you guys even saw him inside of the Daredevil series. Thought he was phenomenal. Let's see. I think I missed some things in the chat. I love Underwater. I still have to see it. I heard it was great. The Killer was really good. The one movie I'm looking forward to in February is Argyle. I'm looking forward to Argyle as well. I feel like this is gonna get a ton of negative reviews on YouTube. Yeah, all the reviews. I already see the thumbnails. It's gonna be terrible. January, great example last year was better. Great examples: Megan, Plane, and Man Called Otto. That's true. I agree. Definitely better. January had better films last year. Yeah, Underwater was great. Underwater, I heard, was great. So the next rapid fire news is going to be that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are working a genre pick, and 3 studios are vying in year's first big auction, The Dish. Looks like it's down to 3 studios on the year's hottest auction. The untitled genre film that will reunite writer-director Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan. Deadline here: Sony, Warner Brothers, and Universal are battling out for a deal that will allow Coogler to start production this summer. It also might portend a longer relationship for a hit filmmaker with a heart at Proximity Media. Here's what I've heard. Coogler's script is a period genre film that is a true star vehicle for Jordan, who has worked with director on Fruitvale Station, Creed, and the Black Panther franchise. The numbers are being thrown around for the worldwide rights are large, but not out of line. Given the commercial track record for both men, I heard the film budget is around $90 million, which is not bad. $90 million is not too bad for a film, like especially since their films have done really well. There's also been a discussion of potential co-ownership of the IP, as well as potential pictures of Coogler and his Proximity Media. Landing Coogler post Black Panther as a cornerstone filmmaker could be extremely valuable to any of those studios. He has done nothing but hatch hits and critically acclaimed pictures since he broke into the business with 2013's Fruitvale Station. Obviously, he did Creed 1, Black Panther 1, and Black Panther 2, all hits. It's rare to see the most often mentioned combatants here are traditional studios and not streamers. That's because the filmmakers are insistent upon full-blown global theatrical play. They want this movie to go in theaters. That wouldn't work for a streamer like Netflix, which does not do that, and any other streamers. Others such as Apple and Amazon have done the theatrical route, but I'm not hearing their names in the battle royale. Some are saying Warner Bros. Has the edge, but all 3 studios are still scraping. The auction will be settled soon. So, are you guys excited for a period piece from Ryan Coogler? Ooh, I didn't know I could do it like that. A period piece by Ryan Coogler starring Michael B. Jordan, a genre film. So, this is going to be back in the past, but have a genre flair to it. I'm excited for that. I really want to see Black-led films that are very different from what we get. That's not Black struggle or slavery. It'd be cool if we got like something like Black Knight, but a serious tone. Someone sent back in time and it becomes a knight or something like that, or just a film that's set back in time and deals with kingdoms and stuff like that. It's just a Black-oriented film. I would love for Ryan Coogler to pull that off. Maybe not kingdoms because he already has Black Panther and it'll be too similar, but I think that would be really cool. And I'm excited for Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan to pair up again. Let me see what you guys got to say. I just do restoration for 4K for him. The Aliens movie that he made, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Zodiac, and Panic Room. Yeah, you talk about David Fincher. I'm excited about Daredevil War again because I just heard they actually announced it's going to be canon Netflix series of Daredevil. Yes, it will be. They have officially canonized all the Netflix shows. So Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Punisher are all part of the MCU officially. Where is my Agent Shield? Put it in. Hold on. Where's my little gif? Let me in. Please, for Agent Shield. Love that show. Oh, I forgot I had a poll. Let's see what you guys had to say. And poll. Our streaming movie cinema, only 2 votes. So one person said yes, one person said no. And the second to last rapid fire is going to be Netflix strikes a huge deal with Monday Night Raw that moves the show to the streamer beginning in 2025 for $500 million per year. Huge. Even for people who don't like wrestling. In a major shakeup, WWE has struck a deal with Netflix that will see its flagship weekly live pro wrestling show begin airing exclusively on the streaming giant beginning in January 2025. That will mark the first time in 3-decade history that Raw has not aired new episodes on a linear television network. So this means that it's not going to be on TV and Netflix at the same time, and then Netflix is just live streaming it. It's only going to be on Netflix. No cable, no regular TV, no USA, no WB, none of that. Just on Netflix. You can watch it live on Mondays. Very, very interesting. The deal is valued at $500 million per year. That's insane for 10 years, which is a whopping $5 billion commitment by the streamer. Netflix has the option to opt out after the initial 5 years and to extend for an additional 10 years. Sources say W current 5-year deal for U.S. rights to Raw with NBC Universal is worth approximately $250 to $260. So Netflix is doubling what NBC Universal was doing. And NBC Universal probably was like, I can't do this. I can't do it. We're excited to have WWE Raw with its huge and passionate multi-generational fan base. By combining our reach, recommendations, and fandom with WWE, we'll be able to deliver more joy and value for their audiences and our members. Raw is the best of sports entertainment, blending great character storytelling with live action 52 weeks a year, and we're thrilled to be in this long-term partnership with WWE. I think that's the biggest thing. The fact that WWE is on every single week. They barely take any breaks. This is something that Netflix is going to have that's going to come on live every Monday. Something that's going to bring back viewers every week. And they know they won't churn because they're going to want to see the next episode of Raw. That's huge. That's something that Netflix has been looking for. And then those people were like, oh, I didn't have Netflix before. They may stay on Netflix because of that. So that's really, really huge. So the deal for NBC Universal on USA ends in October 2024. I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting where Raw will air in between that. That's really interesting that it's not up until December. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be next. It will become the exclusive home of Raw in the U.S., Canada, UK, Latin America, and other territories once the deal begins, with more countries and regions to be added over time. Netflix will also become the television home for all WWE shows outside the U.S. So that includes SmackDown, NXT for outside the U.S., as well as annual live events like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, as well as documentaries, original series, and additional products. But that's only for outside the U.S. All that other stuff seems like it's going to stay on Peacock and whatever else in Hulu. But Raw will be officially on Netflix. Yeah, and then just, pat each other on the back and everything like that. But this is huge for wrestling fans because we're there's been this big deal about AEW, the other big wrestling company, getting an HBO Max deal or maybe going to Netflix or going to CW. But WWE has struck first and made the first major move to streaming that NWA tried it with YouTube, but this is a big deal. Like NWA was just showing their stuff on YouTube. This is WWE getting paid $5 billion for their product, which shows there's a really big value for wrestling. But outside of wrestling, I think that this is huge because it shows that live sports is going to be moving from traditional TV to streaming soon. And it slowly has been doing that as we go along. And it's really, really interesting to see what happens. Really excited. If you're in a live chat, let me know how you feel about this. If you are watching this afterwards, drop in the comments down below and let me know. So before we get into what's going to be coming out for the rest of this week on theaters and streaming, which is going to be really quick because it ain't really that much coming out this week, I have a movie I want to react to. Glenn Powell, we talked about him, his movie doing really well in the box office. And smartly, they have dropped a trailer for a new Netflix film that he's going to have coming out this summer called The Hitman, which got some hype. For some reason it's playing. It's a teaser trailer, the official teaser trailer for this. I'll do it like that. For The Hitman, starring Glenn Powell, going to be on Netflix. Going to have a short theatrical run. So let's see what we got. I think this is Adriana Jordan. She was in Andor. I probably said her name wrong.
You enjoying your pie?
All pie is good pie.
I really like Glenn Powell.
So, am I the right guy to eliminate your problem?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. This is good.
Okay. That's a nice little teaser. Oh, Glenn Powell's part of the screenplay too. Also, he has a big investment in this. He's starring in it, and he also is also writing it. That's huge. That looks fun. I like the trailer. It's a little quick teaser, give you a feel of the film. It seems like it's gonna be funny. It looks like it's gonna be a little sexy between those two. It's interesting. It said that, am I the guy to take care of your problem? I wonder what that part is about because I didn't really read the description of it, and I wonder if they have a description here. Let me back out of this. Based on a true crime article, the story follows a mild-mannered psychology professor who also plays as an undercover hitman for New Orleans police. When he breaks protocol to help a desperate woman trying to flee an abusive boyfriend, the character finds himself becoming one of his false personas, falling for the woman and flirting with turning into a criminal himself. Ooh, that sounds really interesting. I'm glad I read the description. That looks pretty cool. The description really helps. It sounds like it's going to be really, really fun. SmackDown will air on USA. NXT will be on CW in the States. Nice. That actually doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad at all. I'm excited for it. I like Glenn Powell. I like the actress that he's playing with, Adria Arjona. I think she's pretty good. She did a good job in Andor, even though she has a small part. And they look like they have great chemistry. So, and that's really important. It seems like it's going to be a little bit of a romantic comedy. And then yeah, looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. So that's it for rapid fire news. I did things a little too fast. Up next is in our last segment for the night. There's not a lot of movies coming out this week. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna read through all these. I'm gonna just highlight certain things. Cowboy Bebop the movie is coming out in theaters, very limited. If you are a Cowboy Bebop fan, definitely go check this out. It's not much coming out in theaters if you're like a person that loves to go to the theaters. So I think this is a big time to do this. By Cowboy Bebop the movie. Other than that, we have, I think, Fighters, a movie I've talked about a couple times on the channel. It looks like it continues to be a more limited release as we go. The big film that's coming out this weekend, I guess, would be Miller's Girl. This is starring Jenna Ortega and what is homeboy name from Lord of the Rings? And he's in Black Panther. I'm surprised they don't. Oh, Martin Freeman. So Miller's Girl, a talented young writer, Jenna Ortega, embarks on a creative odyssey when her teacher, Martin Freeman, assigns a project that entangles them both in an increasingly complex web. As lines blur and their lives intertwine, Professor and or protege must confront their darkest selves while straining to preserve their individual sense of purpose and the things they hold dear. Sounds interesting. Sounds like we've seen films like this before. I think that's like the only kind of big film that's coming out right now. Like American Star, an assassin, Ian McShane is a good actor. Is coming out. Bad Lad Hunters is on Netflix. This is the story unfolds after a major earthquake transforms Seoul into an apocalyptic wasteland. Don Lee assumes the role of Namsan, a relentless wasteland hunter. Join him are Lee Ji-hung and Yang Ji-soo, the doctor who survived the catastrophe, and Lee Jung portrayed Namsan's trusted partner. The narrative delves deep into a world where mere survival becomes a luxury. Allegiances are volatile, and human will be tested against nature's hardest conditions. Sound like something I will check out. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Sounds like a movie sounds like I'm gonna check out. It's coming out on Netflix this Friday. There's a film on Netflix that came out that Daniel Kaluuya directed that I need to go check out. It's a couple movies I need to see. I'm not sure why it's saying ISS that came out already. Oh, Daisy Ridley movie's coming out, limited. It's a dark comedy. Sometimes I think about dying. Lost on a dreary Oregon coast, Fran finds solace in her cubicle, listening to constant hum of office mates and occasionally daydreaming to pass the time. She is ghosting through life, unable to pop her bubble isolation when a friendly new coworker, Robert, persistently tries to connect with her. Though it goes against every fiber of being, she may have to give this guy a chance. That actually sounds pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. And I like Daisy Ridley, so I might check it out. This is a film that super limited release, only New York and Los Angeles, but I heard about it's The Peasants. It's a watercolor animated live film. Like, it's real people, but they watercolor animated them. It's based on a Nobel Prize winning novel. The Peasants tells a tragic story of a peasant girl named Jagna, forced to marry a much older, wealthy farmer, Bornya, despite her love for his son Antek. With time, Jagna becomes the object of envy and hate with villagers, as she must fight to preserve her independence. Set in the Polish countryside on the cusp of the 19th to 20th century, the story dramatic turns tie into the changing seasons, hard labor in the fields, and traditional loyal holidays. Sounds like an interesting film. Sounds like a definitely an interesting film. If you're looking for a horror film this weekend, we have The Seeding. When a hiker gets lost in the desert, a gang of feral children propelled by haunting legacies traps him in a sadistic battle for survival with a frightening endgame. Sounds interesting. And a film that people thought was going to get some Oscar noms, but looks like it's still in limited release is Totem. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this film. I'm not sure if it was just shown early in 2023, but is officially releasing in 2024. But I've been hearing about this film for the last couple of weeks. It says, in a bustling Mexican household, 7-year-old Soul is swept up in a whirlwind of preparation for a birthday party for her father, Tona, led by her mother, aunts, and other relatives. As the days go on, building to an event both anticipated and dreaded, Soul begins to understand the gravity of celebration this year and watches her family does the same. Doesn't give Clara what the movie's about, but it sounds nice. But yeah, that's mainly the films that are releasing this year and this week in theaters. Not much releasing. In terms of releasing for streaming, we have Aquaman. You can go check it out on PVOD. And it's on sale for $24.99. Rental price is $19.99. So I think you own it for $25. You can rent it for $20. It's going to be on HBO Max in March. That's the estimate. But if you want to rent it, you can check it out. Ferrari also on sale for $24.99, $19.99 this week for rental price. It's going to be May until that film is actually on streaming. So if you want to see it early, you can rent it. Migration, which is still in theaters. This is going to be in April, where it's estimated for it to go on Peacock, but it's on sale for $30, which is higher. I think because it's still in theaters and doing well, and the rental price is $19.99. Night Swim, which should be on Peacock next month. $30 price tag, I think, because it's still in theaters, and $20 rental price. And Wish is on sale for $19.99. No rental price right now, and it looks like late February it will get on Disney Plus. And a new movie called Amanda. It came out in 2022, but finally is going to be on sale. $12.99 sale price, rental price $5. So that's pretty cheap. It's on. You can get it on if you subscribe to the Criterion channel. You can go check it out now. But yeah, that is what's next. That's what's coming this week. Usually I will do my Q&A section here, but I think you guys have had enough of me tonight. This was really, really fun. I was excited to go over all the Oscar nominations, talk about predictions, talk about snubs, talk about surprises, talk about all the rapid fire news, Madam Web being a mess, all these other films being made, and David Fincher and all that stuff. Appreciate every single one of you guys that was on the stream. I just want to give a shout out to you guys as much as like I usually do. My channel members. Speaking of that, people on the producer tier. Have you seen with T, Spoiler Kings, Movie Time Minute, Zeke, Basic Moose, Mayan, Delon Movies, On My Mind, Tez Made This, Screens and Reviews, and Collector Movie Man. Appreciate all you guys being on the producer tier. Appreciate you a lot. And my screenwriter tier, Kenny Sparks, as you saw him in the chat earlier, but he's on a different account. Dark Movies, who surprisingly not here, and Clay Poindexter, a new member on the screenwriter tier. Really appreciate you, all of you guys. Well, you guys have a good night, and I appreciate everybody being here. Peace out.